My Hero Academia, Season 7, Episode 18. We are reaching that finale, guys. There are 21 episodes in this season. We're about to hit episode 18. And I gotta say, thus far, this series, or this season in particular, has been a hit for me. Let's talk about it. All right, guys. Brent here back for Geek Variants. Cover all things Marvel, DC, Lord of the Rings, anime, gaming, Star Wars, and more. Tonight, we will be discussing My Hero Academia, and I am excited once more to be back with you, the fabulous heroes. Look, let me look over last week's notes to remember what happened. Look, see, as of covering of last week, we had Kuragiri have his change of heart. He basically changed teams at the very, very end. He had a moment where he switched up on the Demon Lord, all for one, in a rather unexpected twist for those who have not read the manga. Because Kuragiri is somebody that has been basically straight and narrow all the way through, has been 100% Team Demon Lord. There has not been a single moment in time where he has been swapped in, swapped out, kind of like wish-washy. He's been on the narrow. He has been evil for evil's sake all the way through. He has been the quirk that has powered all for one's ability to go anywhere he wants at any single time without anybody or anything stopping him in any way, shape, form, or capacity. He has been doing incredible things for the evil side, but again, right now it looks like he's coming back to the heroes. Last week we also saw Gentle have a huge breakout moment for himself, really put himself back on the map, and Lady Nagant coming through in an epic way with some of the most spectacular sniper shots you could possibly see in any style of anime all together. She did an incredible job. She desperately saved our heroes because we were going to have Shigaraki finally activate his decay quirk, because Twice has finally jumped up and overpowered our heroes and broken that line of sight, so that ultimately now his quirk is free, loose, and Deku was about to be in a whole world of trouble. And let's just remember, Bakugo still dead, still on the ground, still laying on the ground. With a quirk like Decay, we take the chances of potential survival for Bakugo at right now about 0.01. We just draw a flat line 0 there, and that's it. Have a nice day. Hope you like the afterlife, my friend. We'll never see you again. And for me, that's something I'm just not ready to say. I do not want my boy Bakugo to go out like this. I want him to continue to be able to excel and have the best possible life overall. Bakugo right now currently is not having much of it, but I'm counting down the days till eventually we can hope that our boy is able to rise back up, shine, and show everybody just exactly what his quirk is made of. As well, we had a huge breakout episode last week coming from Tokoyami and Dark Shadow, which I have to say was a fantastic showing overall for both characters. Tokoyami has been a character I've been desperately seeking to have any kind of breakout moment in any single way, shape, or form. His character's been very, very cool to me. It's been very appealing. It covers a lot of great aspects of the inner person versus the outer person. He's been able to kind of reflect that his inner darkness and basically the struggles within himself have to come out and manifest in order for sometimes Dark Shadow to kind of get even larger. And when Tokoyami is feeling sad, Dark Shadow gets even bigger. So the fact that Tokoyami in broad daylight, which is the hardest time for him to manifest his quirk, is basically stone faced and is able to use Dark Shadow at this level, at this magnification, it's incredible. It's huge for himself. It's huge for the heroes. It just goes to the testament of the training that these kids are going through at Class 1A. This class is like no other. They are exceptional. They're changing the world one step at a time, and they're doing it in the toughest time possible. The Demon Lord has risen up and caused a nightmare of times overall. Because, like let's just put things in perspective. This is probably the worst time in hero history. All Might's retired. Endeavor gets outed as basically the worst hero you could possibly have as your number one. All for One comes back stronger than ever past his prime. And yep, there are a little bit of clouds. Dalen, you are 100% correct. 100% acutely and astutely pointed out. Well done on you. I forgot about that. But we have the Demon Lord back. Not only that, the League of Villains out running around causing havoc in the streets. Japan is literally on the back burner. They are backpedaling as fast as they possibly can, fighting for their lives, and then we still have Gigantomachia potentially running around. We still have the issues with the heteromorphs running around. People still judging them for who they are. What's going on with that? Like, this is the worst possible time to have to try to be a hero and kind of just go from hero school to I'm putting my life on the line each and every second that I'm out here, and I'm fighting people like Dabi, like Toga, like Gigantomachia, and Shigaraki. That's a really bad lineup. Like, I don't care what my quirk is. We are in for a lot of bad days ahead, and that's not what we want for our class or for our heroes in any way, shape, or form. But they've stepped up, they've risen up, they've shined to the best of their abilities. And I gotta say, I'm very proud of the way that they have put themselves forward because we've had characters that were, let's just say, not everyone's favorite. They're not any ones you would have picked out a lineup and be like, "Yep, this is the character who's going to shine this season." And then all of a sudden, they're doing such amazing things. They're speaking directly from the heart. You didn't realize the kind of struggles that they had gone through, and then all of a sudden, they're out here fighting that good fight. Like, everything that was been going together. Shoji balled out, absolutely balled out. If you told me that he was going to be a breakout character that I would resonate with at the start of this season, even though I have read the manga, there is still no way I would have expected it to be this meaningful or this impactful. That being said, it has been. I've been blessed to see this season with y'all. If you're not subscribed or you're not following over on Twitch, both are free. You enjoy the content. You know what buttons to hit. Episode 156 just dropped, or episode 18 for season 7 over on Crunchyroll, titled Small World. Go ahead and support the official release, as I will always state, at any single time, and nothing from the content will be within the sphere here because we do not own the legal rights to share the audio or the video. So we're going to follow all YouTube standards and all their rules and continue to grow this platform. So if you guys want to watch, go ahead, pull up Crunchyroll on your own other browser. Let's have some fun watching My Hero Academia together. Looks like we're gonna be starting with Froppy, Chaku, and the wizard kid who has the little jack power and is only one ear at this time because she ran into the demon lord at the absolute wrong time. Because they have to go out and figure out everything that is going on with Toga, because we still need to have Ochaku have that huge heart to heart conversation, because otherwise, Twice as clones are going to continue to overrun our heroes in the worst possible manner. And right now, we're rooting desperately for Ochaku to have her grow up moment that she's been continuing to have over the last couple seasons, because she was not on my list of characters I wanted to enjoy, but man, her actress has been doing a fantastic job with the voice acting and has really brought her to life in the best way possible. So I'm very happy to see with what they've done with her and her character overall. Chaku Froppy versus Twice slash Hoga. Because the villains have taken their game to the next level, but our heroes luckily have been able to do much of the same. The craziest thing though is seeing Toga kind of go through this inner struggle of being someone who's been able to easily manifest and copy quirks, but now the fact that she's trying to be Twice and be true to who she is, she's out here crying in the rain, just struggling to be anything other than sad at a time where she should be thrilled. This is the blood of the masses on her hands, so to speak. This is what she normally excels in. And then we're going back to Tokoyami, and he is absolutely delivering with Hawks, doing a incredible job. Because like if you told me I was a teenager and I had to fight a demon lord, man, unless it's a video game, we are not looking at good odds, my friend. Like I'll say great things about you at the funeral, but ain't gonna do it. Ain't gonna do it. So thank goodness for the cloud cover that Dalen astutely pointed out, because I forgot that amidst all of the chaos of this battle, that it is in fact rainy, windy, and going to continue to be just wild here. That is very cool. Bones is doing a great job of animating this season, much as they have the last couple, even though they got a lot of flack for how they converted over everything over in time. Oh boy. He just keeps getting younger and more dangerous, which is not what you want to have happen. I don't think he understands the level of quirk change that Eri was able to manifest upon himself. Thank goodness this other high school showed up, or things would be continuing to go in an even worse manner than they already have been with our heroes. And there he is, Gigantomachia, making his grand reappearance. Hmm. As Machia sees his master and immediately reawoke, as his master is now stronger than he's been in a long time. Back in his prime days when he was even, I think, probably younger than when he was fighting All Might. Mm. But now he's seeing a crazy change of events. Man, that is such a cool look for War Hero. God, some of the design work that they've done for this anime is absolutely crazy. Mm, mm. Why is he even here? Get the ball guy out of here. He ain't gonna do anything. Mm, mm. So they had an extraction team that they sent specifically to go get Machia because, well, they needed to ensure that things are gonna work. And the heteromorphs, in their rise to power, were unable to get things to ultimately go the way in which they had necessarily anticipated is going to go down. Mm. They're trying to awaken the greatest threat our heroes can face, aside from All for One, who's already out here just doing the most. That's crazy. Oh God, I would not give anyone a giant screwdriver, but in fact, she's about to just. That's a wrench. That's a wrench. He's about to smack the crap out of somebody. You ever have one of those hit you in the ankle? No, thank you. Oh, and now Machia is attacking. All the chaos and anarchy that we possibly could have activated overall. Because Shinso is going to be able to hide him and move him in the correct spot. The Shinso's power is fantastic. Mm, mm, mm. And Shinso is being attacked by a giant blob, so that's wild. So things are taking a wild turn overall. But bring back the slime that was the very first thing that Bakugo ever dealt with overall. That is crazy that they're doing a callback from season 1, and this slime monster is the thing that's gonna continue to be a burden for everyone out here. Mm, and, of course, Makia only knows one thing, and that's his master. Thank goodness he hasn't been able to achieve, like, a super evil intellect, as he will be an issue for so many people there. Mm. Wow, we're using acid to try and contain Gigantomachia. This girl's got some insane ability, and she was terrified of being eaten by Machia, which, hey, sane, valid. I get it. I hear you 100% on the same wavelength and same pattern. And she picked like the two craziest people in the room. Hey, teach me, educate me, show me the meaning. Now, lady and acid being used. His acid is definitely going to be able to take out the fluids in the one villain's body and have him break up. So we get Shinsu back. Oop. And I think he just, yep, the slime has left the building, everybody. He has no longer with us. The acid mixed with his body or not a while. And she's fighting for the revenge of Miss Midnight, who is no longer with us. She did pass last season in the show, not the actress in the show, but being down Miss Midnight has a significant effect on a lot of the girl heroes, as there was someone who desperately looked up to her, not necessarily about how she went about her business, but her quirk and who she was as an individual, very much so. So Mount Lady is out here still fighting Gigantomachia. So Shinso is going to have to be able to fix everything that's going on because he learned from Aizawa to basically be the coolest spy possible. And Makia is so simple. He hears Master's voice, does Master's bidding. That's all it takes, which is wild to think. All you have to do is hear someone's voice once. You have it mastered forever in your vocal cords, and then you'll be able to use it to brainwash those around you. And people are like, "Yeah, Shinso's a monster." Shinso can be, play nicely, and he definitely has one of the coolest drips of all of the heroes and all the villains in the show. Period. Hiroshima is going to be stepping up in a big way in the next coming episodes, so stay tuned for that. Because right now, all of Class 1A is slowly working their way towards having their moment in the spotlight to help our heroes do what needs to be done. Kirishima and Shinso are running Makia and creating that new front there. We're just very lucky that Makia is so reliant upon voice only. If he was more visual, this wouldn't have been a single thing overall. But again, with everything going on with All for One now being at his prime, we're gonna need to start calling some big guns. Just having Mount Lady, Makia, Tsukuyomi, and Tokoyami, Shinso, and our boy Kirishima. We are going a all out brawl, folks. Right now, he's basically moving around like if you ever watched the Naruto anime, basically he's moving around the exact same way Madara was when he came back. AKA, if you are a hero within a mile vicinity or more, please run to the back of the line because things are going to be in a terrible, terrible situation. Oh boy. If he undoes this brainwashing quirk, our heroes are absolutely doomed because you lose full on control of him, and now you have All for One and Maki to deal with at the same time. You can tell different by smell. Uh, oh boy. Makia is having a moment, ladies and gentlemen. His brainwashing wasn't reapplied, but all of a sudden he's upset with his master. Like, "You ignored me, you didn't take care of me, you don't love me," which is wild to see. Maki, I thought, was just this empty shell of nothingness, but do one thing. Mm, mm, it was like, the successor showed up, things were good for us, but now everything is all messed up. So now he's gonna feel a certain kind of way about what's going on. Mm, Midoriya, wow, is the only other person to fight against brainwashing, but again, Gigantomachia, giant animal. It's not easy to keep an animal brainwashed in any way, shape, or form. Their instincts are too fine-tuned. Machia, while not being high of IQ, his instincts are still razor sharp, and his strength and size clearly speaks for itself. He's forced to go through all these levels of manipulation, so this is wild to see. And Shinso's like, I can manipulate just about everything but somebody's heart. So if your heart's strong, that's it, guys. I did the best I can. Mm, mm. A lot of people are fighting back because, yeah, Gigantomachia and his response to everything going on picked up two boulders and is now going directly at All for One between Tokoyami, Mount Lady, and Sugetsu High. We are in for an all out slobber knocker, folks. If you watch wrestling at any point in time, you'll be familiar with that term. But it is bad out here. And then, why in the world is a camera crew even trying to be here? That is definitely not. There is an all out battle happening where civilians were being escorted out for safety. So your stupid selves decide, let's get in a helicopter, let's arrive on scene and try and record the action here because they're trying to do it for their YouTube numbers? Are you kidding me? Thanks for calling us out. But again, you're telling me that there's a major world calamity. I'm not running towards it. No offense. I'll run for it with aid, but you telling me I gotta go front lines? You got the wrong guy here. You got the wrong guy. So the fact that they're trying to see the front lines, I don't know if they're trying to bring hope to the people, but that other group is definitely doing it for views, which you don't do things for views. You do it because you want to, and you want to be hang out with the right people at the right time. But this ain't it. Oh, she's going on a redemption arc. Really? We're gonna have a redemption arc for a TV reporter we forgot was there at the sports festival? Hmm. I mean, they're at least pointing out the same, like it's, hey, we're not doing this for work. We're doing this because we want to save Japan. Okay, that's entirely different than the other crew. The other crew's there for the YouTube credibility and that clout and all that stuff. They're here to try and make themselves look like something they're not. But now they're just trying to show the heroes to the rest of the world that hey, Japan can survive in this anime. Because we're all desperately rooting for them, and we're seeing that other countries are hoping for the absolute best for them to pull up and not actually sending aid because the US technically was defied by the US, which is wild. Like, can you name the last time in an anime the United States was the hero? I'll wait. It's been a while, but it looks like they're live streaming everything that's going on and hoping to inspire the masses to do something, to send aid, to send battle reinforcements, food, maybe supplies, something. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Mount Lady is fighting desperately for the fix. Tokuyami is now just yeah, Tokuyami's at his breaking point here because he is just tired. Baldur's Light faster. Shout out Baldur's Gate 3. Amazing game. Can't wait for patch 7 to drop on console. Oh, and there it is. I was waiting for this. Mount Lady is down. All for One is striking back with every little bit of passion that he has. Hmm. And now Machia is down. All for One and all the powers and darkness that is manifesting himself is now going ham because his body is basically disintegrating into absolute nothingness. Dark Shadow down. Our heroes are taking L's like you would not believe. Ox is down. Tokuyami down. No one's saying they're not with us anymore, but they are definitely down. To get too high is about to be down as well because I don't think we're supposed to have a second sun rotating in the sky. That's not the move we're looking for. I would kindly ask you to stop rotating at such a velocity that is dangerous for everybody and for everything. Okay, Mount Lady is still alive, but buried. Shinso down. Hawks down. Tokoyami down. And Seketsu high. Oh, no, that's Hawks. Hawks got a stab directly through all for one's heart, but now his quirk is being stolen. Oh, oh no. I've never been a fan of Hawks, but I don't want this for anybody or for anything. This is awful because he ran him through the sword with a sword right through the heart. So now it looks like okay, he just pulled the sword out of him like it was nothing. He pulled it out just like Ketheric Thorn from Baldur's Gate 3. Just anyway, gotta continue with my day. Minetta, what are you doing here? Are you lost? What are you doing here? Why are you even being involved? Who even invited you? I mean, he's here, I guess, but sir, you are about to be taken from this life because All for One is just going off right now. One step at a time. Ox still alive for now, but he's definitely not in an ideal moment. The music is everything if you're watching along. The music for All for One right now is as maniacal as you want it to be. All for One is basically rising like a demon god, ascending past mortal power. Is the fact that he's able to be in his physical prime, while having all these powers and quirks and abilities is bad. The Hawk just got reduced to a regular human. His power and quirk is gone. Fierce Wings is no longer with him, which I can't imagine what that has to be like, considering that's been his identity for, his entire, like, existence. Alright, see if we got anything in the post credits for the scene for next week. Next week is the showdown we've all been waiting for. Shigaraki, Deku, 1v1, Dabi, Endeavor, 1v1, with Shoto making a special guest appearance to try and help fix his family battle. And then All for One versus One for All. We have All Might fighting All for One next week. That's I'm not sure that's the move, folks. Like there's a lot of great stuff that can happen. I don't think that's gonna be it. But that is the episode that was crazy. That was entirely uninspected. Let me make sure I have my notes correctly. Hawks is now quirkless. His fierce wings were stolen, drained from his body, and given directly to All for One. All for One has KO'd Mount Lady, Tokoyami, Kirishima, Shinso, and everyone from Sugetsu High. One shot at everybody. Then grabbed Hawks by the throat, even though Hawks stabbed him with a sword directly through the heart. But I guess not. Somehow. Hawks' quirk was then stolen by All for One. Mineta decides to show up because I don't know why. And he throws one of his purple balls directly at All for One, who wants literally nothing to do with him and has ignored him the way the rest of the entire anime fandom has because, well, it's Mineta. And now he looks like he's about to take off and go try and find All Might so he can go and finish the job because one is in the physical prime and the other is All Might, who is basically quirkless, shellless, and just a hope and a regular man and a regular dude. Things aren't going to be good next week. And then we have the Dabi versus Endeavor and Shoto showdown finally happening. And we will have Shigaraki finally taking on Deku in full haste as well. So basically, don't miss next week because we have episode 19, 20, and 21 left. We have 3 episodes left of this season before we are going to be going in full bore for the finale. And as always, if you're not subscribed to the channel, be sure to go ahead and do so. If you're following along Twitch, same thing. It's absolutely free. We'll have each and every episode covered. Currently, we're also covering Agatha all along. We are covering the Penguin. We're covering the Rings of Power. There's a lot of great content going on, as well as Supermarket Simulator gameplays Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, with Baldur's Gate waiting in the wings once patch 7 drops for console. You know where I'll be. Hopefully, attempting my first honor mode run at some point in time. This episode was fantastic for My Hero Academia. Overall, I would probably give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it was fantastic. Bones is doing a great job of animating everything. The music, while All for One was rising up in the area like a rising demon lord from his own ashes, was spectacular, chilling, and thrilling. And next week, it looks like there's more darkness abounds for not only our heroes, but for some of the villains as well, because even Gigantomachia is getting these hands because they are rated E for everybody. I've been Brent for Geek Variants. I'll see you in the episode breakdown. Have a great rest of your night, folks.